A very good morning to Computer Science Patines. Let us start our computer lecture today. So, our topic for today's lecture is creating a Python library. So, we have already read we have number of libraries in our Python, but today we will be creating our own library. As we have read, we have maths library, we have random module also there, numpy is also there, scipy is there, tinker is there. So these libraries are there and we are using them by importing them in our program. But today we will be knowing how to create our own library. Okay, so library is just similar to your package, though we can use the words interchangeably. Okay, so what is a package? Package is a collection of Python modules under a common namespace created by placing different modules on a single directory along with the special file. See, until and unless you will not create this file init.py underscore you need to mention. You need to put underscore before it and you need to put underscore after it. Okay, so init before and after it should be followed by a underscore and then .py you need to write. So I'll let you know the whole process how to create it. I'll show you how to make a Python library of your own choice. Okay, so we will be creating a Python library. So all theory you can read, but I have summarized for your convenience because you have to design a program for creating your own Python library. So in summary, I have given this particular notes. Okay, you need to follow these steps. Okay, this is for your convenience only, but when you will be writing in your file the steps, you should take the help of book only. Okay, so it is for your convenience only, just to help you out, otherwise it will seem you very complex. So keep this video safe because you will need this video when you will be creating your own Python library, and it's a program. It is compulsory for all to you to create this program in your file also. Okay, so for that you will be writing the steps as given in the book. You are not supposed to write these steps in the practical file. It is just for your convenience. Okay, you will use the bookish language, okay, to create the steps of Python library, and you will need to paste the screenshots of each step when you created a package and when you created the init file, particular file in that package. Okay, so for every step you will take screenshots. Okay, I'll let you know when you need to take a screenshot. 4-5 screenshots are required for this program. Okay, so let me start. So firstly what you need to do is, firstly you need to create a package. Okay, see, when you will open your Python, okay, ideally then you will go in file and here you will click on open. See, I am following these steps, you can see here also. Okay, so you will go in file and then you will click on open. So when you will click on open, it will take you to this folder by default wherever your Python is installed. See, I was using it, so it had opened that particular thing. So when you will click on new and open, you will be directed here only wherever your Python, this folder 38 32 is installed. Okay, and here you will find this lib, and if in case you are not finding open may, you are not finding this particular thing that I am showing you, then I'll also tell you how to open it. Okay, in next step the same is given. Okay, from where you can open it. See, this will open by default, and if it is not opening, then what to do? Then you go in C drive, users. Okay, then whatever your PC name would be, it is Swati Arora. Okay, then what you need to do, you need to go in app data, then you need to go in local folder, then programs folder, then Python folder, then Python 38 32 folder. Then you will see, after once you have came here, see, all the path is same, local, programs, okay, Python 38 32, then lib. Okay, so if by default you are here, then there is no problem, but if you are not here, when you are clicking on file and open, and by default if you are not here, then what you need to do, you need to follow this line. Okay, you need to go in C drive, users, then your name, like your name is Ram, so your folder will be there. Okay, so you need to follow this path, it is written already. Okay, so if you are by default here, then in this folder you will get this lib folder, so you need to click on lib, then here you will be searching for site packages. Okay, click on the site packages. Now here you need to create your new package. Okay, so how to create your new package? Right click, then new folder. Okay, now give the name, I am giving it A1, as I say here, say A1, so you are giving it A1, and then open. Okay, so this folder will be open, you have created it, there is nothing inside it. Okay, so new folder has been created. Okay, there only. Now cancel it. Now you need to open, now we have to create a init file that I had told you how to create that init.py file. This is to be created in Notepad. Okay, this is to be created in Notepad, and it should not contain anything, it should be blank. So search for Notepad. So I found this app here, so you will open this file, and just, we don't have to write anything inside it. Open file and click on save as. Okay, now the same process you need to follow. Path is written here only, I remember, but for your convenience I was trying to show it. This will not be actually. One thing I can do, I can minimize it first. Okay, now it will be fine. So save as. Now you see the same path I'll be following. See, okay, here I'll be clicking on user, Swati Arora, app data, local programs, Python 3832, lib, site, packages. There you will find the package you have created, A1. Okay, so I'll be following this path only. So C may, then I'll be going on users, then Swati Arora, then app data, then local. Okay, then after that local programs, this is programs folder, then Python 38, then after that you need to search for lib, this is lib, libs nahi, lib mein jana hai. Okay, mind it very well, libs nahi, lib mein jana, lib. Okay, click here, then you need to go in site packages. Here you will find, this is site packages. Okay, now you see we have created A1. Okay, we have created this package. Again you can see the same path is there. Okay, so this was created by us. So inside this we need to save our Python file whose name will be underscore init underscore dot py. You don't have to write. We will write it. Okay, because we don't have any extension .py. Sorry, underscore init underscore .py. Okay, all files, and you need to select all files. It by default will give you text file, text document, but we need to select here all file. I have written here also. Select all files in save as type option, save as type. Okay, then you need to click on save. Now this init file has been saved in your package A1. Okay, so this is done. See, if you will not put this init file, then that particular folder that you have created as a package A1 will not act as a package, or we can say library. Okay, this particular file helps that particular package to act as a package. So if we want to make a package, or we can say library, then we need to create this notepad file in the same way as I have demonstrated you. Okay, so second step is also done. Now I'll move to the third step. In third step we again will go to file and then new. Then see, now we will be creating this type of program. Okay, see why we are creating our own library, because we are going to create few functions that will be using directly every time. Okay, like you are using power function from math, like you have used random module, randint function. So this way we'll be creating our own function. And then what we need to do, if you need to use power function, then what you are doing, you are importing math module, right? And then you write math.pow. Similarly we'll be doing here, we have just created a package, like we have math package, like we have random package. We have created our own package whose name is A1. Okay, so in A1, to act this A1 folder as a package, we have created a init file inside it that will help it to behave like a Python package. Okay, now we will put those functions that we will be using. Okay, like from math we use power function or sine function, theta tan function, we lot many function, floor function we have. So they are defined in the math module. Okay, so now we have created our own module, that name is A1. In A1 we will be creating two modules. Okay, in A1 package or library we will be creating two modules. One will be your reverse, will be your I will name you this, actually this module name I will be giving R1 module. Okay, in this one function I have defined reverse. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to click on file, then you need to click on new, and this new file will be opened up, then you will type this. Okay, so this is just an example. You can create your own file, you can put your all required function that you want. Okay, so what you need to do, then you file new window will be opened up in Python, and then you need to type the function definitions that you want to put in that particular module. So R1 module I am going to create in A1. Okay, in A1 I am creating a module R1. A1 is my library, like math is your library, and you have created a power function. Similarly, in A1 module we have created a reverse function. Okay, this we know how to reverse a string. This we have read in chapter 1 also. So this is the function definition. I hope the concept of function is clear to you. We have done it many times. Okay, so for that, whatever string you will be getting, R is my string. Okay, if I'll assign R as Ram, so this is my function definition. Function call will be in some other Python file that I'll let you know. Okay, how this particular reverse function has to work when this will be called. So when we will call it in another file. Okay, but how it has to work when it has to be called, we are defining here. Okay, so SL is the string length. Okay, we are reversing a string in just single line. Okay, so how we'll be reversing it, so we are calculating the length using this length function. See, this is a function that we have already created. Actually we have not created, it is a default function that has been there in the previous libraries. Okay, we are using it as it is. Okay, so len is a function that helps you to calculate the length of the string, that how many characters are there in the string. Okay, so this is an inbuilt function. Similarly we are trying to create an inbuilt function, and that we will be using with the help of that particular package that will be importing. Okay, as you write import math, and similarly we'll be writing import A1. Okay, so reverse R is your string. Okay, whatever it will take from the function call. Fine. S1 is equals to length R, means whatever the characters are present inside this string will be passed here to the length function, and like 5 characters are there, so length will be 5, and that will be stored in SL string length. Okay, SL stands for string length, so it will be stored in SL. Okay, now what this is doing, this is reversing my string. How? It will start from reverse order. Okay, this will show, if you remember the slices we have read in chapter 1, this same pattern I have used. It will start from the last. Okay, and it will move up to starting of the list, and it minus 1 it will do. Like I have Ram. Okay, RAM. So what will be the string length? 3. That that particular function will calculate length. Len will calculate how many characters are 1, 2, 3. Okay, so how it will work, it will start from the last, okay, and -1 karenge it will be at this position, and then -1 karenge will be at this position. Okay, so actually this is 1, actually this is 1, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, so -1 karenge, 3 minus 1 will 2, cursor will come here, then it will take A, -1 karenge it will point to R. So in this way we are moving from the reverse to the front position. Okay, so Z will have M A R this way. Okay, Z will contain the reverse of the string. So this type this slicing of the string we are using, we have read in chapter 1 to store the data inside this Z variable. Okay, then we are going to return Z. So once you have saved it, okay, once you have saved it, then what to do? Then again, see, this was my first module. Okay, so I'll show you after that what to do. So you have created one module. Okay, so after doing this, means writing this content, what you need to do? What you need to do then, what is written here, content function definition or content you have written, then you need to save it. Okay, then go in file, then okay, save as. Where to save it? Where to save it? In A1 only. Okay, by default has opened. If it is not opening, then you can follow this same path. C users. Okay, C users, then Swati Arora app data, and then definitely you will come in A1. Okay, so if it is not opening itself, then you need to follow the path from the C drive. Okay, so what will happen now? You can, now what you will do, you will save it, and the name is R1. Okay, R1 in Python, so it will be saved. Actually I have created it previously. You will, when you will create it, it will automatically ask you to give name. So you need to give name. R1 I am giving, any name you can give. Okay, this file was R1 and .py extension it will take automatically. I am giving it save. So now this file has been saved in A1 only. Okay, in A1 it has been saved, R1.py. You can see R1.py has been saved in A1. Now third step is also over. Now this was the function definition. Now another new file I need to open where I will call this function, and I will be using import A1. Okay, so I have created that also, this one. So here I have written, so you will go on file, then you need to click on new file, then a new file will appear, and there you need to write this command. Okay, so for that you need to, now I want to use that R1 I have created na just now. In A1 I have created R1. Now I am using that R1 from A1, import R1. Okay, so now what I am doing, you remember that R was what? The string that we were giving. See here only. So reverse function, and inside it R. Okay, this R refers to the string that will be passed using the function call. Okay, so here is my function call. See, R I have passed. R is Python program. This is my string, and that I am passing to this function R. Okay, you can change the name here also. You can give it R anything, you can give it S also, there is no problem at all. Function name can be same or it can be different. If you are making it R, it should be R here, or if you are making it S, then it should be S here. Okay, fine. So why I have written R1 dot reverse? Because in R1 it is present. I had, see, you remember I have created a module A1, and inside it I have A1 library or package, we can say. In that I have created a module R1, and in that R1 I had a function reverse. Okay, so how to call this reverse function from that particular R1 module? So I'll need to write R1 dot reverse, like you write math dot POW. Similarly we are doing here R1 dot reverse. Okay, so then you need to save it. Okay, So after saving, see again, now you need to give location where you need to save. You can save it on the desktop also. I have saved it on the desktop already. Okay, so it will ask, I have saved it earlier also, so it was not asking where to save. When you will save it, then it will ask you where to save. I have saved it on the desktop, or you can give any location. Okay, and the name I have given to this file is n.py. Okay, so you can see name here n.py. So now I need to run this program. Okay, when I'll run this program, you will get the output. See, Python program, I have given input, and after reversing it, I got the same reversed string that I wanted. I hope it is clear to you. So how it happened? See, initially हम पहले वाले प्रोग्राम में बेटा what we were doing, we were creating function definition at the top. Okay, and then we were using that function here. But now what we are doing, we are creating the function definition in R1. Where is R1? Inside A1. And where is A1? That is inside this site package. And where this site package in the lib reverse order, you just keep on following, it is in the C drive actually. Okay, so now what you can do, you can use this reverse function n number of times. It will take the function definition from R1, and where is R1? It is inside A1, and where is A1? It is inside this particular path. Okay, so if you want to see, I have created another module of this. We will save that in R1 only. Another module I have created, this M1 module. Okay, what I have tried to do from this particular module, percentage I am calculating, or we can say addition I am doing. I have just named it per. Okay, so percentage, for percentage should do the division also. Oh. Divided by 300, let us say 300 into 100 also, into 100. ठीक है ना? It is okay. So this way we are calculating the percentage. So I'll be saving it. Okay, so again you are creating a module. File में you will be creating new file, and then you will be writing this code here. It is just the function definition, what this per function has to do when it has been supplied with these arguments. Okay, so once it has provided you the arguments values, then it will start doing its function. Okay, so definition I have written here, and then I will save it. How? Using this step. Okay, again I will save it. The file may we have write the function definition, that particular function what has it to do, then we will save it. Where we will save it? In A1. Okay, in A1. Then like we have given R1, we will give it M1 now. Okay, so we will give it save command. Where to save it? Actually it was saved, save as I will need to give. Here it would be lib. Again you need to go in lib, then site packages. Where is site packages? Actually it will be above, I think. Here it is, site packages. Then in A1, see R1 is already there. We have created, we want to create another module, name is M1, and .py extension it will take. Okay, save. See, it is not compulsory to create more than one module for you, but I'm just giving an example. You can save multiple modules inside one library. Okay, so this is also saved. Fine. If you want to use it, then what you will do? If you want to use it in this particular, then you need to write comma M1 module I want to call also. In A1 there are two modules now, R1 comma M1. Okay, first we'll do the reverse. R1 module will help us in using this function. Now what we need to do again? We need to create another function now. Okay, then I'll write print Now I need to use another function, that is m1 dot per. Okay, name of the function that we have created was per. Now I need to pass values. In first subject we have scored 56, 788 and 98. Okay, so these three scores we have obtained. Okay, so I hope you are understanding. From m1 module we are using this per function. We are passing the values. It will pass it to the which function? This function. I'm showing you again. This function a plus b plus c means first, second and third subject marks. Here it should be divided. Okay, divided by 300 into 100. Okay, then p will be calculated. I hope it is clear to you. Now I will be running that particular function. Now this we will be running. Yes, save it. See, first function has reversed the string and second it has calculated the percentage. I hope it is clear, beta. It was easy. In initial stage you may feel it difficult, but for your convenience only I have created these notes. What is to be written inside? R1 is written here, N is written here. Actually this we will run and this will get included here. Okay, when you are writing for R1, this is R1. Okay, when this function call, this is the function call, reverse. When this function call comes, it will take it here only. Okay, so now they are stored separately, but we have linked it with the help of this import statement. Okay, from A1 import R1. So this way R1 dot reverse is getting linked. Okay, fine. So similarly we have created another module, that is m1 dot py. Okay, in that what we have done, we have calculated a percentage function. Okay, I hope it is clear. So when you will call it, it will take it here. Okay, similarly it will work. So you need to create a package of your own. Okay, mathematical package you create. In that you put some mathematical functions that you have read in the libraries. Okay, so that you can define there. So you need to create your own functions inside your own package. This is a practical for your practical file. I hope you will do it. Thank you, beta.